Rafael Hespanhol writes, do you guys think it would be possible to see Red Skull again as a villain in a Cat movie? Thanks and keep up the great work.
I do. I think there's a reason his ending in the first Captain America film was so vague. Because remember, really, he just got sucked off into a space that we saw Loki get sucked off into at the end of Thor. I believe he's coming back. Now, will we have the same actor? From stories that I hear, I doubt it, which is really too bad because he was fantastic as Red Skull. But I have a feeling that Kevin Feige and Joss Whedon are not done with their Red Skull plans yet. Do you guys see it any differently?
I think he's going to be back for the third one. I mean, everyone had speculated he was going to be back for the second one, and that you know, Robert Redford was going to pull off his. A
lot of the stuff Redford was going to pull off. Oh, spoilers!
So Mission Impossible thing, right? Yeah, I think he'll be back either for Avengers 3 with the Cosmic Cube, some kind of Infinity Gauntlet, Cosmic Cube face-off with Thanos. That would be what I'd want, or Captain America 3, but they already made him almost too powerful by like having him go into the cosmos with the cube. He's already so it's become galactic, so to speak. And hey, if you're watching this, Galactus has 5 heralds. If Vince McMahon is Galactus, name the 5 heralds from the WWE. Who's Silver Surfer? Who's Terex? Who's Nova? Go. See what happens.
All right, let's get through a couple more of these really quick.
Okay, Tim Jones writes, do you think that Andrew Garfield will ever win an Oscar?
Yes. Yeah, I do. I thought he was robbed, flat out robbed of an Oscar for Best Supporting Actor for his role in The Social Network. I thought he was the best part of that movie. He was the heart and soul and the humanity of that movie. And instead they gave it to Christian Bale, which was a big BS move. Not because Christian Bale wasn't brilliant in that movie, but because by no human understanding, common sense definition was Christian Bale a supporting actor in The Fighter. He was every bit a lead, as was Mark Wahlberg. He shouldn't have been in that category at all. No problems with him having that Oscar. He was brilliant in that movie, but he shouldn't have even been in the category. That should have been Andrew Garfield. So they didn't even nominate Andrew Garfield. So yes, I do believe it, because not just Spider-Man. So you watch some of his smaller films too. This is a gifted young man.
What's that futuristic one that where?
That's the one I'm trying to remember.
What's that one called?
Something of something.
Let Me Go, or it was like.
Isn't it like Keira Knightley in it or something?
Yeah, it was amazing.
It was
though.
so,
he was so good.
But anyway, I believe absolutely yes. It may take 5 years, may take 10 years. At some point, I believe you're going to see an Oscar on his mantle. What do you guys think?
I think for sure a nomination. I'm not sure if he's going to get the.
It is a roll of the dice, isn't it?
Yeah, because I mean, you have someone like Leonardo DiCaprio, who I think in the future will get an Oscar, but still hasn't got one.
Know.
He's got a few nominations. So I think Andrew Garfield for sure nominations. Oscar itself, I don't know.
I think he gets the Oscar for Spider-Man 4. You got to do the 4th one. Yeah, it's like, yeah, I think he's an incredibly talented actor. He'll get an Oscar eventually, for sure.
Okay, last one real quick.
The Doctor writes, do you think a Game of Thrones movie would be more successful as a separate story from the show or a continuation?
Okay, before we answer that question, Ashley, can we have you say The Doctor again?
The Doctor.
Okay, there we go. There will be people who turn that into their ringtones.
Oh,
all right. Yeah, I've said this once before. I always thought that a Game of Thrones movie in the Game of Thrones universe could work, but I would think you'd want to do it as an extreme prequel, even though I'm not into prequels that much. But you've got the TV series that is still moving forward. So tell the story about what happens there like 200 years ago, make it into a feature film. I think there'd be enough interest in it. The budget wouldn't have to be all that big. I think it'd be really successful. So yeah, I'd be down for it.
I'm a huge Game of Thrones fan, so I want to see a movie, but I agree with you. It should be separate from whatever storyline they're doing now. But I don't want 200 years. I just want, like, I think, what, 20 or 30 years in the past, because they talk about the rebellion.
Yeah.
They talk about the rebellion with the Baratheons and the Starks. That's the story I want to see.
Yeah, I agree with Dennis. If it was like 20 years before, we get a younger Ned Stark. We get some all the flavor of the people that we've learned to appreciate from the series. And I'm a big Game of Thrones fan. I think it's one of the best television series on right now. It's like, so if you're not watching it, check it out. But as a movie version, yeah, a 20-year early storyline, that would be great. A trilogy of those.
Hey everyone, if you liked this video, click that thumbs up button and make sure to subscribe to our AMC Movie News YouTube channel. It's free and helps you stay up to date with all the latest movie news, as well as our daily AMC movie talk show. Also, make sure that you follow us on Facebook and Twitter to stay up to date with all of our special promotions, contests, and prize giveaways.